Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the new year. Lord have mercy. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Simply Alicia A, and Happy New Year to everyone. So today's video I am going to be doing just a small collective plant, I guess, not tour, but a small collective plant, just basically showing off my most unique plants. Now with these plants, these are plants that are, to me, unique. Now they may not be unique in the horticultural world, but to me they are unique. Some of them qualify for unique. One would have to be that it either has grown something totally different from the norm. So like the norm of the plant in the horticultural sense, it has to have grown something unique. And two, it just has to be just unique. The plant itself, the way it grows, the pattern, the color, the name or whatever, the variety or whatever just is unique to me. And so that's what I feel qualifies these plants as unique. So let's get started on my unique plant babies. So to start off, what I'm going to do is I wanted to do it in genus or species, or I don't even know what those mean, you guys. I just hear people say genus or species. So what I wanted to do is, because I have a lot of philodendrons sitting here, I wanted to start with them. So what I'll do is I'll just gradually start with whatever I see sitting in my face, and then we'll just go from there. But the first one I want to start out with, you guys, is this. So this here is a philodendron, of course. However, the reason why I feel this plant is unique is because I don't know what particular philodendron this is. I put it on my Facebook page and I put it in my Facebook groups that I'm in, just asking people what their opinions are. I don't know. So if you guys are watching, because you guys are watching, if you can sound off in the comments below, letting me know what you guys think this is, then we can do some more research. But what makes this plant unique to me is the fact that it looks like a Brazil philodendron, and I believe that's what it is. However, with the markings of this plant, I believe it may be a, I don't even know how to say it. It's a highly variegated Brazil, maybe, because the majority of the plant is lemon lime, and I hope the lights aren't shading it out too much, but the lighting and the coloring on the plants are totally different than what you see in person, of course. But right here, the majority of it is this lime color, this lime green color. So you have all lime green leaves, some with a tiny little speck of green at the top, or the majority of them are highly variegated, more highly variegated than the regular Brazil. And I will show a Brazil a little bit later. So those of you who know what a Brazil is know what I'm talking about. So I believe this is a highly variegated Brazil. I don't care what it is. I just love it because it's unique and it's beautiful. It's different from the norm, and that's why I love, you guys hear me say a lot of the times, I love oddballs. I call them oddballs. I love oddball plants. So to me, this is a highly variegated Brazil. I don't know the real name of it, but hey, I'm just going to say that. And this is why I say this. I'm going to grab my neon here. This is my neon here. Now, this is a regular neon philodendron. Not rare, but just, you know, regular neon philodendron. I got this for $5, you guys. Isn't that something? But anyways, now this compared to the regular neon here. And of course the markings are different, the coloring is different, but it has almost the same exact coloring of the neon. So yeah, my highly variegated neon. If there's an actual name for this, if you guys have seen it, please sound off in the comments and let me know. So let's move on to my next baby. So my next baby I have here is, this actually is not unique, but I'm going to show what is unique about this plant. So if you guys can let me know what this is. I forgot what the name of this particular plant is. I know it's a Scindapsus, but I don't know if it's a Silvery Ann or if it's something else. But if you see, look at these markings here. But look at what was growing inside. I got 2 or 3 of these, I believe. So once you look at this, this is what I separated from this plant. I separated this from this plant. And that is what drew my attention, you guys, was the uniqueness of this color. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Like pretty much the whole entire leaf is silver. And you only get a little bit of the silvery Scindapsus part. So you get little specks of the silver here. I'm sorry, the little specks of the green, but the whole rest of the leaf is the silvery color. So you know I had to grab it. It was so unique to me. It was dyed, so I clipped that part off. But yeah, isn't that awesome? But these are the same plants, but this part was just growing in here, so I just separated it. I don't know if I should. See right there, that leaf right here is what is doing what this one was doing. So isn't that cool? I thought this was so unique, and that's what makes this baby my unique oddball. Isn't that cool? I love it. So if you guys can sound off in the comments below, please let me know what this is. I forget the name, and then look at the uniqueness of it. Like, how cool is that? So let's move on to our next baby. My next unique baby, you guys, please don't pay attention to these lights reflecting off my television. Those are my quote-unquote studio lights. Those are my grow lights. My light for my my ring light for my tripod broke, so I'm using my grow lights. You can see all 3 of them for my studio lights. So make it work any way you can, okay? So anyways, the next unique baby right here is unique because not because it has done anything unique outside of its genre or species or whatever. I just like the fact that it is a plant that grows differently. This is heart-shaped leaf. This is a Philodendron graziale. Please correct me if I'm wrong, and you guys know I can't pronounce these names, but I just love it for the uniqueness of it, you guys. I've had it growing in water because I purchased some from a private seller, and like I purchased maybe 3 or 4 of them, and they pretty much all died except for 2. So I have this one here, and then this little one here. This is what I have left surviving, and I'm afraid to plant them now because they might die. So I might just leave them in water, but I don't want to do that because I don't want the roots to rot. So if you have any suggestions on these, please sound off in the comments and let me know what I can do to plant my Philodendron. Is it a Philodendron? I think it's a Philodendron graziale or something like that. But I just love it for the uniqueness of the plant. You guys know I'm a heart collector, and this couldn't have been more perfect, right up my alley, you guys. How cute is this? So I just love it for the uniqueness of the plant itself. So this is one of my top wish list plants, and I got it, and I'm excited about it. So how beautiful is this? The Philodendron graziale. Grapefruit girl, I don't know, grassy something. Anyways, let's move on to the next baby. Oh, the next baby, speaking of heart-shaped leaf plants, oh my gosh, you guys know this had my heart. This was one of my top wish list plants, and I finally got one, you guys. And then when I got it, I actually got it a little extra with it, and people tell me you are the luckiest person on earth. But yeah, I love this plant, you guys. This plant is so cute. It's so adorable. And a lot of people like this plant, and a lot of people don't. I love it. I love it because of the uniqueness of it. And on top of that, this is what made the category for this plant. The second unique part about this plant is the reason why people say that I'm so lucky is only because she grew an extra baby that most people say that never happens, almost never happens. It happens, but almost never. It's very rare for it to happen. If they cut off enough of the stem, you can get more plant to grow. So none other than my beautiful sweetheart Hoya caryi. I hope I said that right. But yes, you guys. So what happened was with this beautiful baby, if you follow me on Instagram, it's nothing major there, but if you follow me on Instagram, you saw when I first got her, she had a little tiny tip sticking out at the bottom here where this stem is. And I was like, when I first saw it, I said, I think I should get that because I've heard that they can grow, if there's some stem there. So I wound up purchasing it. The leaf, it had a little teeny tiny little bitty itty bitty leaf. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. It's something growing. The leaf wound up falling off. Literally, you guys, I promise you, within less than 2 weeks to 3 weeks, this stem started to grow bigger and bigger. And this has been maybe a month or so now. And look what I have, you guys. How amazing is that? I don't know how to take care of this. I've Googled, I've YouTubed. So if anyone has any experience with your Hoya caryi heart-shaped, it's not variegated, but heart-shaped leaf growing in a new baby, please sound off in the comments and let me know what your care tips are, how you've taken care of it, what I can do. Do I fertilize it? I know it's not the growing season right now because we're in the middle of winter, but I just need help with how to take care of this beauty. So, yeah, this is what is unique because she has a heart-shaped leaf, and that is unique to me. And then she grew when most of the time they don't grow. But you just have to be blessed to get an extra part of the stem, and then that helps it grow. So there it is, my heart leaf Hoya caryi, you guys, who grew an extra baby because I was just blessed to get an extra part of the stem. So that's what makes her unique. Okay, so let's move on to our next. Okay, so the next baby is something that I thought was really super unique, only because you guys remember this was on my Instagram page as well. And I'm going to link that video in the cards somewhere over here, one of these places where I got a massive Pothos and Joy. You guys remember that? It was on my wish list. I found my wish list plan. This is a few months ago. And it was massive. Oh, it was just beautiful. Well, the thing wound up dying, you guys. I don't know what's going on with Pothos and Joy or Pothos, Pothos Pearls and Jade. But if I'm not the only one, sound off and let me know. If I'm the only one, I'm not the only one. I mean, who has problems with the Pothos and Joy of the Pearls and Jade. I had a huge problem with that plant. I don't know what was going on with it. But yeah. So basically, the whole thing wound up dying. But what drew me to it was the uniqueness of it, was the size of the plant at first, was the big, massive, it was just huge. You guys remember that she was massive. But the second thing that drew me to her was the fact that, and I'm blessed that this was the last surviving piece of the plant, and I think I know why. But this is what was poking out of the top of the plant when I first saw her. Look at this, you guys, besides the cut on the leaf here. But look at the uniqueness of this leaf here. Uh-oh, sorry, baby. Now, if you look at this, this is the remainder of my Pothos and Joy. So this is the big, beautiful Pothos and Joy. But if you look at it, you guys, look at what was growing with her. This, to me, my understanding, is a jade Pothos. Like, I know the Pothos and Joy are mixed. They're a cultivar or a mixture of certain plants. That's what gives it uniqueness. Its uniqueness, right? But for me, it was just amazing. Like, oh my gosh, this is a jade leaf. Like, how cool is that? And then if you look, it has slight variegation on there. Isn't that cool? Slight variegation. So the jade part of this plant just survived, or whatever happened. This is what I got from my Pothos and Joy. And I don't care. I'm not going to separate it. I'm not going to do anything because this is the last surviving part of my Pothos and Joy. And I just love it because, look at this uniqueness, guys. I just love it because these two jade leaves were growing in the, look at the vine too. We're growing in the Pothos and Joy. So if you know, please let me know. Sound off below if you guys know, if you think you know, like, what this is or why this is so unique, or if that's normal to have a jade growing in the Pothos and Joy. Maybe that's what they're mixed with. I believe that's what they're mixed with. So that's what makes her unique. So my last surviving baby of my massive Pothos and Joy, this is her surviving link, the strongest link of the plant. Yay. So let's move on to the next baby. Alrighty, so our next group of babies is actually a plant that I have. I have a big one of it. As a matter of fact, I need to grab it now. It's hard to explain, but it's two pieces of this plant that I have, and I'm going to show it to you in a second. But I'm going to show you the smaller ones that I just recently got, and you can kind of see it in the frame now. These are my Mandula pothos, you guys. So if you know anything about Mandula pothos are a cross between Pothos and Joy and Marble Queen. Please double check that if I'm wrong. I just want to make sure I'm giving out the correct information. So that's why when sometimes you'll be walking past and you'll see a Pothos and Joy, and if you don't recognize the distinct markings of the the Mandula, you will mistake it for a Marble Queen. And that is because it is crossed between a Marble Queen and a Pothos and Joy, and that's where you get the unique markings of this plant. Now, I love this plant because that's what makes it unique. The actual mixture of the plants and the markings on the plants is what is unique, and it just blows me out of the stratosphere, you guys. And you already know, because it's a pothos, I'm already crazy over it. So that's what makes this plant unique to me. But the one that is most ultimately unique, is two of them in here that I have. What makes it unique to me is this one here. I haven't had a pothos Mandula do this ever. I love this one. This particular leaf right here is because it is almost completely white, but it still has the markings of the Mandula. And I just love it because the majority of this dish, they call it satellite dish. Any large leaves, they call them satellite dishes. That's what I've heard. I don't know. This is just mainly white. Look at this. And of course, they come in all different kinds of markings, but the most unique, or the telltale signs of a Mandula, is you check for that blocking on the outside. When you see that blocking on the outside of the leaves and the curvature of the leaves, that's how you know you have a Mandula. That's what those Mandulas are. But what makes this one unique also right here is because this one, of course, has the markings of a Marble Queen. Isn't that cool? But then if you look, that's the Mandula markings. Isn't that cool? Like, I thought that was so unique. But what is most ultimately unique for me, you guys, is this. Now, this is my original. Give me a second, you guys. I gotta set her up. Give me a second. Now, this is my original Mandula that I got maybe over a year ago now. She is a trooper because they're pothos. They're very strong. They're very good survivors. But she was massive. She was full. But pretty much all of her died. I don't know how. I don't know what happened. But pretty much all of her died. And this is what I have surviving left. Okay? Now, if you look at these markings on her. They're all unique. Of course, they're the Mandula markings, right? But this is what was ultimately unique to me. Now, look at this, you guys, right here. This is the regular jade portion coming out, right? I believe this is like a jade part of the plant. Now, one part of the plant, like I said, came off, and so I propagated her, and then I put her in water, and then I planted her. Now, this, don't pay attention to this, you guys. You've seen this on my house tour. I told you I had a Monstera. Don't pay attention to this side. This is the Monstera. This is the other part of this Mandula here. And I want to try to get good pictures of it for her, for you guys. But if you look, this is a solid green Mandula. It looks like a jade, right? But if you look at the markings of the Mandula on the plant. Isn't that amazing? So I don't know if this is a reverted Mandula, or just maybe how you see that. I don't know if you can see it, if it's too shadowy. But look at the blocking on the outside of the leaves, you guys. All of her leaves have some kind of Mandula marking on them, but it's solid green. How unique is that, you guys? Like, you can barely see it on here. It's almost like a solid jade. But if you look, I can see it here. If you look, like right around in here, it's a Mandula. You can see the Mandula markings. So I thought this was so unique. Like, how amazing is that a Mandula that's solid green. Like, how amazing is that? I thought that was so unique. So that's what makes this particular Manjula unique in my book, because of the either reverse variegation or the solid greenness of the leaves, but it's still a Manjula. That is so unique to me. Okay, so let's move on to our next unique baby. Okay, so next is our, now this one hasn't grown anything unique, but I just like the uniqueness of the plant. I absolutely love this plant. This is my philodendron. It's three names for this: silver streak, philodendron Rio, or philodendron cream splash. I don't know which one it is. They all have the same name, or they all mean the same thing. I don't know, you guys. So please sound off in the comments below, because I have another one coming up right now that is called a silver streak, and I got it from Gabriella Plants, and it's totally different from this one. I got this one from a different grower. However, look at this, you guys. It looks like a Brazil, but it's not a Brazil. All of the markings are telltale signs of being either a silver streak, cream splash, or Rio. Look at this very closely, you guys. Now, tell me if it's a Rio, a cream splash, or a silver streak. I don't know which one it is, but she's gorgeous. She is gorgeous. I love this plant very, very well. Oh my gosh. So this is the uniqueness. This is what makes her unique to me, because of her coloring. Her coloring is so different from the Brazil, but it's basically identical to the Brazil, like the markings and stuff, but yet it's just a Rio, or whatever it's called. Whatever it's called, I love her. I don't care. I love her. So let's move on to our next baby. Now, our next baby is what is called a Rio as well. And this is what is unique about this plant, is because it's a Rio. I love it. I love the coloring. I love the markings. Now look at this, you guys. The telltale signs of a Rio, or silver streak, I believe. This one was called a Rio from Gabriella Plants. The telltale signs of a Rio or silver streak is the long, elongated leaves, correct? So the elongated leaves, and then of course the color markings. But if you look at this one, the markings are different, and I know even in the same family, they can be different. Like me and my sisters, all of us are African American, but I'm the light skinned one. So all of the Rios in the family, they're the same family, but they're different markings. So that's how I look at it. So is that what this is, you guys? Like, is this Rio the same as this Rio? You see, they're both different, but in the same family. The leaves, the shapes of the leaves are different. There are some long leaves on here, but then on here, it's like the coloring is different. The markings are different. All of the leaves are long, pretty much. Is this a true silver streak? True Rio? I don't think it's a cream splash, because the cream splash is different. So please sound off in the comments below, you guys, and let me know what this is. It's unique. I know it's all in the same family, but it's different, and it has different markings. So I don't know. Please help me. Let me know. But this is unique because it's a Rio. It's totally different from the other plants. I love it. I love these. So there you have it. What Gabriella Plants label as Rio philodendron. Isn't she beautiful? Okay, let's move on to our next little. All right, you guys. So my next baby here is super, super unique. I feel she's super unique because if you take a look at her, this is another philodendron, correct? However, the markings on her are indicative to a Rio Brazil in a way. However, the coloring is totally different. Now, I wanted to know, what do you guys think? If you look at her markings here, all of it is light. All of it is light. There's no dark leaves on her, except for maybe this one in the middle, which makes me think that it is a Brazil, correct? Now, you see that? Now, is this another highly variegated Brazil? I bought this from the same grower as the first one I showed you guys. Is this a highly variegated Brazil? Or is it I thought it may look like a variegated neon pothos. Now, I've never seen those. I don't know if they exist, and I could be just pulling something out of thin air. But if you look at this, you guys, look at the markings on here. This looks like variegated, a variegation that's different, totally different from Brazil. It looks like a variegated neon, but it looks like it comes from the family of the Brazil philodendron. So you see, I'm at a loss for words because I don't know what it is. This is what makes this plant so unique to me. It's because look at this. All of this isn't dark. This is actually light. All of this is variegated, but it looks like a neon philodendron. Let me show you something else. Like all of this in here is neon. All of this in here is neon, but then you get some of the leaves here that are variegated, and then you get some that looks like a Brazil, like Brazil variegation. So is this another highly variegated Brazil, or is it a variegated neon pothos? And where's my neon? Right here. Again, I'm going to show you that next to it like I did the other one. Look at the neon, and then look at this. The neon is actually a little bit darker in color than this one. Is it a sun-bleached Brazil? Is it a highly variegated Brazil, or a variegated neon pothos? Whatever it is, I don't care. I love her. I think she's gorgeous. So what are your opinions? Sound off in the comments below and let me know what you guys think. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to think about this plant. I don't know what she is. So let me know, you guys, what you think. Let's move on to our next little one. Alrighty, so my next unique baby, you guys, made the cut because for two reasons. One is, I'm sorry, you guys, my fish is staring right at me. He's like locked eyes with me and he's not moving. He's just sitting there doing this. I'm sorry. Anyways, so, oh, he turned. Now he was like, whatever. He is so cute. He's so cute. Anyways, I'm sorry. So my next baby made the list because for two reasons. One is the type of plant that she is, and two, she actually gave me offspring in the craziest way I had never thought I would ever be able to do, you guys. So let's first get the first part out the way. Now, mind you, disclaimer now, okay? This is a disclaimer. I've had this baby for about maybe a year. I want to say maybe a year now, maybe a year and a half tops. And the look of the plant is actually not what the plant is supposed to look like, but she's still alive. So I'm like, thank God she's still alive. So first, this is my mandarin spider plant. So it's in the spider plant family, but it's basically what people call an orange spider plant. And so I'm going to give you a link to go check it out, or Google this name here. It's something mandarin orange spider plant. And you will see the color. If you guys are not familiar with this, some people may have it, some people may have never heard of it. But if you have this plant, you know that it's supposed to be a beautiful, bright orange. All the leaves, the stems are supposed to be a beautiful bright orange, and the rest of it's supposed to be green. This is what survived of the plant that I had. I had it full. It was actually in one of my hauls. I will find that video and link it up there. And you'll see what the plant looked like when I first got it. Now, the second thing that makes this plant unique is this, you guys. If you look closely, I didn't know it then, but if you look right here, my baby, did it come off? Oh, finally came off. My baby actually flowered and somehow gave me seeds. Isn't that unique? I'm sorry, you guys, the light is in my eyes, so I can't see if you guys can see this or not. But isn't this unique, you guys? Look at this. So she gave me It's still seeds, and I need to stop shaking them. I'm shaking all my seeds off on the table. I'm going to gather them up when I'm done. This is why I'm going to gather them up, because the third thing that makes this plant unique to me is this. You guys, she gave me babies, okay? And I have been growing these babies for a while now. Look at what she's given me. You guys, I am so darn excited and shocked, and I don't know. I posted this on my Facebook page, and I believe I posted this also on my Instagram page. But I have a lot of her seeds that I wound up germinating. They germinated, and I was surprised because I didn't know they were going to do that. And so, baby, I have tons of babies, offshoots of these. So, if anyone has experience with these, I mean, I have them everywhere, you guys. They're everywhere. Like, I don't even know what to do. So I just been keeping them safe, keeping them warm, keeping them moist, and letting them grow. That's all I've been doing. So if anyone has experience with these, please sound off in the comments below and let me know. Anything will help. I believe I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't know what the next step would be, because there's really no information on these, you guys. So if you could find some information for me or whatever, please let me know, because if these do take off and become individual plants, I may be able to actually sell some of these, like if I can legally sell them, because I don't even know if this is a plant that's protected, that you can't sell part of, or you can't propagate or something. So if you know anything about that, please let me know before I just be like, hey, I have too many of these orange spider plants, let me sell them, and then I get in trouble because, you know, they are protected and I'm not supposed to do that. So yeah, but yes, that's not even the half of them, you guys. I still have more over there. So that's what makes this orange mandarin spider plant unique to me, because she's constantly growing, giving me new pups still. She's a survivor, and she's unique, just the uniqueness of it. And then she seeded, mine seeded, and gave me offspring. Like, they're everywhere. So you guys, if you don't have this in your family, get this in your plant family if you can find one. And yeah, so that's what makes this baby unique. OMG. Wow. So yes, let's move on to the next baby. You guys, so my next baby is this. I have another philodendron, you guys. But what is unique to me about this one is this. You guys have seen it in my house tour. Now she's all green. Now she's all the regular solid green. But then, actually, one of her leaves just recently died. But half of that leaf, if you remember in the video, was variegated like a what is that called? Variegated like a silver stripe or a Rio. But then, if you turn her around, and I put photos of her up, she had 4 of these white little leaves, right? And 4 of these white little leaves had markings of a Rio. So this is the last surviving white leaf that she has, you guys, out of an all green plant. I don't know if she is giving the telltale signs of a Rio, or if she just have not rare, but unique markings. But if you look on the vine that's close to where she's growing from, there's some stripes coming in on some of the leaves. But I don't know if that's Brazil. I don't know if it's Rio. I don't know what it is, you guys. So if you can take a look at this, if I could do it correctly, if you could take a look at this and tell me, sound off in the comments below what you think she might be. Is it just unique? Is it something that the plant does, you know, uniquely? Or is it something that she's trying to tell me? Is it a reverse variegation of something? Is it just, what is it? I don't know what it is. So sound off in the comments below, you guys, and let me know what you think that this beautiful baby might be. So, oh, excuse me, let's move on. Oh, this one is curled, so this one has a marking as well. So yeah, I don't know. But let's move on to our next, you guys. So the next baby I have is actually a succulent. Now, all succulents are unique in my eyes because they're plants that really don't require a lot of water, but they grow. And if you overwater them, they die. If you underwater them, they die. So that's what makes them unique to me. However, for this one, I don't think it's rare, but I've barely seen, excuse me, anyone with it. I've never seen anyone. I hardly seen anyone with it. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've seen anyone with it on YouTube. Any of the plant people that I watch. Now, it's out there, of course, because it's a plant. It's out there, but I haven't seen anyone with it. But this is, I'm going to put the name up here because I can't remember it, but I believe it's a Calico Heart succulent. Now, like I said, I don't think it's rare. I just haven't seen it. But yeah, I wound up getting this, and the reason why it's so unique to me is because it's hearts. That's the only reason why I loved it, because it's hearts. Now mine's just like dying because I think I didn't water it enough. But she had a lot of babies. She had a lot of leaves on her. And then she's still growing some new things here. Look at that. But yeah, I love this succulent because of the heart-shaped leaves. Even though it's not technically heart-shaped, but it's a heart-shaped leaf. And they're called calico hearts. So that's what is unique about this plant to me. I love it because of the actual shape of it. The uniqueness of it is what it draws me to it. The heart shapes of her leaves. How cute is she? She would be fuller than this, but like literally her leaves just started falling off like probably within the last month or so. So yeah. But yeah, the Calico Hearts succulent. Succulent. Okay, so let's move on to our next baby. Oh, the next unique baby here, you guys. You've seen her in my house tour, and I'm gonna try to get as close as I can, you guys, and show you this. But you guys have seen her already. This is my Brazil philodendron. Now, what makes her unique on my list is because two things. First of all is her actual size, you guys. If you look at this baby, she is actually a trooper. She's a bit of a trooper, and this is why. If you guys remember in my house tour, she started off as a 6-inch, I think it was a 6 or 8 inch plant. Something happened to her. She completely died down, you guys. So literally, like, I just had to cut. I was just taking just big chunks of the plant off. This was maybe last year, a year and a half ago. Just taking and just cutting all of her leaves off and propagating her in water, because I was just like, I was done. I was tired of her dying off, and I was just like, forget it. I don't want her to die, but I want her to live, but I don't want to keep having just big chunks of her die. So I cut it all the way back down to, like, I don't even know how many vines are in there. Half of those, because you know, if you propagate, half of your water propagations or any propagations, a lot of them, most of them sometimes don't survive. A lot of them do. It's a hit and miss. Well, it was a blessing with her because it was a hit. This baby, when she started growing more roots, I said, okay, let me plant her. So she went all the way from a 8 or 6 inch pot all the way down to water propagation in bottles, all the way up. Now she has grown and graduated to a 4-inch pot. So let's give her a hand for that, first of all, you guys. So she's a trooper. Look at all of this growth from dying all the way down, from being huge all the way down to being in jars to now graduating. But this is what makes her the most unique to me in her category, is this, you guys. You guys see me talk about this in my plant tour, and I have her hanging up. So this is her little hanging apparatus that I made, and trust me, it's jinky. It's not working well, but it's holding her up. This is what's most unique to me for her, because if you look at my baby here, my baby is actually a Brazil. I'm going to try to show you some of her Brazilness. Where is it? This is like, look at this, you guys. So this is the Brazil. She is a philodendron Brazil. She's a true philodendron Brazil. Now, mind you, I have not put anything in this pot since I've potted her in this 4-inch pot. Look what she has surprised me with, you guys. And you heard this in my plant tour, so this is not a shock to you guys. I was outside last year on the patio watering my babies, and I just happened to glance up and look at one of her leaves. And this is what I saw. If I can find, oh, here it is. Is this it? I think this is it here. But let me see. That wasn't the particular one that caught my eye, but oh, there it is. This is what caught my eye, you guys. Look at that. Now, that is a telltale sign of a Rio, correct? The length of the leaf and everything, and then the coloring. Then look at what she started to do. All of this, you guys, is markings of a Rio. How interesting is that? The markings of a Rio. So I said, this is one vine out of many vines now. This vine splits. Now look at this, you guys. This is more of the telltale signs, the coloring and the markings. Oh gosh, I'm trying to get it right, you guys. The telltale signs and the colorings, it's split. Now look, all of these down here that are growing are Rio. Let me try to switch that to you guys. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but all of these are Rio. Now sitting here, that's why I kept staring, you guys, because sitting here, I just saw something else. Look at this. The other side of the plant. Now this is new. This is new, you guys. I didn't see that before until now. So within all of this Brazil, she's growing some of the Rio or the cream splash colorings. Now, people will say, you know, that's the color of the Brazil. This is the Brazil here. That's the color of the Brazil. You know, they're light in color, blah, blah, blah. Well, I see Rio. I could be wrong. But I don't care. I just love the fact that she's giving me something different. I believe this might be Rio, you guys, growing out of the Brazil. And that's what makes her unique. I had to showcase and feature this baby because she has given me something different. Two things, like I said, her size that she came from, the adversity she went through, and then she's also blessing me with something totally unique from what she actually is. So she's growing Rio, I believe, or Silver Streak out of all of this Brazil. How cool is that? And this plant has not been touched, and I have not put anything in here with her. That is so amazing. So that's what makes this baby unique. Oh my gosh. So sound off in the comments below if you think that I'm correct or you think I might just be overreaching. So yes, let's move on to our next baby. So this plant right here that I'm going to show you, I am super excited about because I do believe that this is a rare plant. Sound off in the comments below if you think I'm either correct or incorrect, and trust me, there's no problem, just let me know. But when I show this plant off, you've seen it before, you've seen it on my Instagram. I can't help it, it's just, oh my gosh. I believe, like I said, this plant is rare because I have not seen it. There's not a lot of information on the internet about her, and I have not seen anyone on YouTube with this plant. Now, not saying that we have something super. Now, I've seen people on, when you Google it, you've seen pictures of it, but it's really hard to come by. Like, literally, like, it's very hard to come by. So, this is so exciting to me because, of course, this looks like one of my favorite plants, which is a pothos. It looks like a pothos, but it's nowhere near a pothos. It's a philodendron, you guys. And you guys have seen her. You see me talk about her. This is my variegated heartleaf philodendron. I'm going to put the horticultural name up there. I can't pronounce it. But this, you guys have seen this. This is what I believe is a very unique and rare plant. I only seen 3 of these in my life, and I bought one of them. And so, look at this, you guys. This baby has the markings of I was going to say sweetheart philodendron, of a marble queen pothos, but she's not a pothos. She's a heartleaf philodendron variegated. So she's a variegated heartleaf philodendron. But look at her markings, you guys. I have never seen one like this before. And I had to grab it because I just saw it and I'm like, it's something different about her. I've never seen this before. And when I looked at it, and when I was in the store, and I said, I said, no, something is different about her. And then I walked away from her. And then I walked back to her. I did it about 3 or 4 times. And then I actually left the store. Didn't get her. I left the store because I'm like, no, that's nothing. Nah, it's just a philodendron. Like it's a heartleaf philodendron. And I got about a block away from the store, and I parked the car, and I sat there, you guys. I sat there and sat there because I was debating on the price, because she was so, well, not super expensive, but because she was in this pot, and her here, it was a lot of money for this plant. And I'm like, I can't see myself spending that type of money for this plant. But then I said, I can't let her go. I can't get away from her because she's unique. It's something about her. She's unique, you guys. So I wound up going back to the store and grabbed her, and I'm glad I did, because this is actually a rare plant that I have not seen before. Now, a lot of people I do see, some people have this plant, but it's never been featured on anyone's channels. I've never seen anybody do any care tips on it or anything. So if you have this plant, sound off in the comments below. If you've seen this plant before, if you have any information on this plant, how to take it. It was a philodendron, so that's how you take care of it. But if you've seen this plant, or you know someone with this plant, sound off in the comments below and let us connect with them, because this plant is so unique. I have not seen this before. And basically what I do to care for her is I've been putting her in the, just letting her sit where my other plants are, but I've been giving her sunlight, not burning direct sunlight, but sunlight to help keep up with her variegation. So you guys, how unique is this? I'm glad I got her. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. So this is a philodendron, but it's a variegated philodendron. So it's sort of like, no, it's not similar. It's similar to what Nick Pelosi, I forget his name. You guys know who I'm talking about, with his Monstera. He has a variegated Monstera that hasn't been named, but this one has been named, but it's just rare. Like, this is really hard to come by. There's a waiting list somewhere out there on one site, but you can't really find this anywhere. And I just happened to run across it. So if you guys ever go shopping or anything and you're looking for heartleaf philodendrons, start looking for the variegated ones, because they might accidentally put them in. That's what I've been doing. They might accidentally put them in with the regular philodendron, and I'm like, I'm stalking for more of this plant, you guys. So yes, this is my variegated heartleaf philodendron, and I think she is so special, so beautiful, so unique. And I'm just so glad that she's in my plant family. I haven't come up with a name for her. So if you guys have any idea of a name for this unique beauty, sound off in the comments below and let me know what you think her name should be. Because I haven't even come up with a name for her, and I've had her for about a few months now. So yeah, this is my beautiful heartleaf philodendron variegated baby. Plant baby. Okay, so let's move on to the last two plants of our video. So the last two plants that I have are actually from the same place, but they were purchased at different times, but they're the same plant, but they're not from the same pot. You see what I'm saying? So the first one, like I said, they're the same type of plant, purchased from the same place, but on totally different days and different months. So the first one I have here is my beautiful Pothos and Joy. Pothos, Pearls, and Jade, I believe. I think this is a Pearls and Jade. I can't remember if it's a Pearls and Jade or Enjoy. It looks more of an Enjoy because it doesn't have a lot of the speckles. But I believe, I'm just going to say both, Pearls and Jade or Pothos and Joy. So this is, of course, because it's a Pothos, but because this is what makes it unique to me, is because it's a Pearls and Jade or a Pothos and Joy. But the best part of the uniqueness of this plant is this. Another reverse variegated plant. So if you look at this baby, I've been trying to catch really good pictures of her. Is that leaf broken off? Aww. I've been trying to catch good pictures of this on my Instagram and my yeah, I believe I have some really good pictures on my Instagram of her. This is a reverse variegated. I guess it's a reverse variegated. Sound off below if you think, if you know what this is, or the name of it, or the whatever this is called. But it has the exact same markings, you guys, as the regular color here, like the white and the green here. But it's all in dark green and medium green. Like, the markings are dark green and medium green. So does that make her reverse variegated? Does that make her unique? Does that make her special? Does it make her... I don't know what it makes her, but to me, she's unique and she's beautiful. She's not rare because I purchased another one, but she's unique because she's doing the reverse variegation. So like I said, I don't know if you can see it. There's a really good picture on my Instagram page of it, but she has one long vine, you guys, of all this reverse variegation. So you can't really probably see it right here, but I can see it from the back. Like there's a pattern that goes here and here, and it's just like the light coloring on there. Then all of this right here, she's growing down here. And look at this, you guys. You probably can't see it. You probably can. But she's reverse variegated. She has the same pattern, but it's in darker colors. So I thought that was so unique, you guys. I thought that was just amazing. And then I found the same particular plant, but this is now a pearls and jade because she has a lot of speckles. This is indeed a pearls and jade. And I believe that one's a pothos and joy. So it's two different plants, same plant family, however it works. So this is a pearls and jade. She too is doing the exact same thing. I haven't seen anyone on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram with this particular plant. I haven't seen it on any other social medias. So is it just my plant that did this? Is it just something unique about this plant? Adriana, baby, you're moving my light, honey. Is it something unique about this plant? Is it rare for this plant to do this? Is it common? I haven't seen anyone with this variegation, this particular variegation before, but there's not to say that it doesn't happen. So sound off below if you've seen people with this particular variegation on their plant. So she too has a long stem. One of her stems is reverse variegated. So I thought this was so unique, you guys, when I saw this. So I had to grab her as well. Look, you probably can't see the pattern, but I can see the pattern. And it is reverse variegated as well. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I'll be trying so hard, you guys, to catch a good, to show you guys the variegation. But I just can't. It's so hard. It's so hard to catch. Maybe you can see it on here. But I thought that was so unique, you guys. So I love when I see unique oddball plants like this because I'm like, wow, that's different from what the norm of the plant is. So that's what makes these last two babies unique.